morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's another Tuesday today. Nothing particularly special about Tuesdays. Just that I noticed this monitor that I'm looking at right now has got another black splotch in the bottom of the screen. We kind of knew this monitor was going to need to be replaced sometime soon. As apparently the transistors or the connecting pieces starting to become unglued. So I guess it's time to get a new monitor now because this monitor is definitely on the way out. CISA reports that Baltimore Keybridge is gone. Yes, I saw the collision. And the damage that was done at 186 feet drop for passenger cars on the bridge. I wonder how real civil engineer would build a bridge and poly bridge to make it stand up to a boat accidentally hitting one of the key pylons. Yeah, it was apparently a pretty major bridge area, major connecting route for a lot of people. And so it's going to take a while for them to pick up the survivors and also to clean up the scene. But you know what? That kind of stuff happens a lot around here sometimes. Things go bad. And so anyway, so like I said earlier, this monitor looks like this old ancient Dell monitor is showing its age. There's technically nothing wrong with the LCD display, other than the just like the original monitor that replaced it. The traces inside the monitor are glued to the PC board underneath, and they're coming off. So one day soon, I'm going to wake up with big fat black splotches right in the middle of the screen, and I won't be able to see what I'm doing. So I think it's time to upgrade anyway. You need a bigger monitor anyway. Yeah, I'm going to get the same kind of monitor I already have over here on the desk, so I have a matched set of 2 HP monitors. Makes sense? Okay, Botrix. Go do your job. All right, so let's get the panel link up. And so I reshared Lumi's birthday video on the Discord because a lot of people may never seen it. And I was right. A lot of people didn't see it before. And I thought it was very interesting the way she did a hatchet job on Carmen Miranda. But also, I also did some research into the birthday of both Fannie Willis, and Letitia James. Letitia James was born in October, I believe, 1958. Fannie Willis is a bit younger, also born in October of 1971. Both are Libra. And of course, I looked at my birthday, and there's still a couple death websites still saying I'm dead. Gee, if I'm dead, I'm sure having a good time. I'm still here. I'm still here. So why would you think I'm dead? I didn't die yet. So whoever put these memorial sites up here, the results of my death have been greatly exaggerated. One hell of an insurance mess. Fatalities, loss of cargo, business disruption, absolutely. Never mind liability for the bridge design, the contractors, the the architects are gonna definitely be getting a few torch dropped their way. This the state of Maryland is gonna be getting some torts for wrongful death. Um, yeah, not good at all. So good morning, Stan. Well, Red says she blocks me all the time. Just keep it calm, Red. We don't need trouble. We really don't. It's too bad that Letitia James didn't think of that before she opened her mouth with Donald Trump, though. Same with Fannie Willis. I wonder if they call each other on the phone like buddies. Hey, how you doing getting Donald Trump? How are you doing? I think you and Georgia were more successful. It's the defamation lawsuit against Trump by this woman. I don't know who she is. That seems to be more likely it's going to stick. Letitia James took over for Bragg, who was bragging that he was going to take Trump down. Gee, that sure didn't go well for you, did it? Yeah. So what does UK people here? We also got a lot of people from California, too. You don't see me blocking everybody. I don't want to block everybody. Because it just takes away from the ability for people to be part of the show. And I really want people to be part of the show.
Oh, yeah!
You bet. So when are you going to be buying a new monitor, Michelle? Well, I got money for it. I could go ahead, probably pick up one. I'll order one up on eBay and get it delivered maybe in about a week. It probably wouldn't take that long. Because, I mean, you're right. The monitor is definitely seen better days. You can get the same model monitor. Yes, I can. They're cheap. Cheap. True. Yes, they are. I know you don't much. Don't worry about it. So it sounds like Donald Trump, all the baloney that Democrats have done is only guarantee he's going to be in the White House. Great with this horrible thing calling. Well, then you probably know Letitia James is in that same category, right? Holy crap, did she say some nasty stuff about Trump? I mean, I still don't understand the logic behind some of their feelings. That makes Trump sound like like he hurt people's lives or killed puppies and kittens and stuff like that. He's just a businessman, you know. A landlord. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can do the same thing with the other one. Yeah. Oh, that does work. Yeah. That's why you're right. I think it's a trace. Yeah, it's a trace, all right. Doesn't seem to be working quite as well as the last one did. Looks like a monitor equivalent of a bruise. A monitor version of a bruise. Pretty accurate example. Oh well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, Red, stop reading too much from the things. Chill out, buddy. Chill out. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, so double agent alert. So, what do you think when you think about what happened last time on the show? Lumi, when you were on that birthday thing, you took over. Well, I think I owe Carmen an apology in one sense, but in one sense I don't. So I think me and her talked about it, as you know, off camera, and she's like, "Yeah, I get it. Yeah." All right. So, do you have anything else to talk about today? Yes, we have two movies today this evening at 7 o'clock. We have Big Stand is the second one, and we have another movie as the first one. And then next week we have movies reserved too. Sounds good. Yep. Pick your battles. Okay. YouTube Homeless Jim says, I'm not going to there today. But actually, I might be going to the hardware store to get some screws. So I can put some hard drives back in the 2004 Power Mac G5 properly. Good morning, Leo. How you doing? Welcome to the show today. Let's get the panel link on the screen. Good idea. This old monitor already was having age-related issues. I think it's time to order a new one. Oh yeah. Time to order a new one. This one is kaput. Happens with computer monitors after a few years. The glue that holds ribbon cables against the PC board starts to go bad, and then things start to peel off. I'm off today and tomorrow. Cool. So that means that you can enjoy the afternoon movies today at 7 o'clock. No, she hasn't been in the soup kitchen. Not the Winston one, anyway. Yeah, we need to get some screws for the hard drives that screw in that have ovoid type heads. I mean, Apple makes them too for the Power Mac G5, but it looks like standard screws will fit in there. I'm doing fine, Moose. How are you? Panel link is pinned, so you can come on up if you want. In fact, why don't you come on up, actually? We'll talk a little more about what we were talking about yesterday about the record and maybe go through and discuss what I remember reading about the DMCA regarding the music, since we wanted to know, and my quick interpretation of it, which isn't really that hard to understand. Basically, it says is you're responsible to make sure that the music you're putting out there is in compliance with Digital Millennium Copyright Act. We are just a means of an end. In other words, if you don't do your homework assignment, we are not liable because we're just putting out the music. Lumi and Finistra swing let us sit gets and have to. I can't eat tuna salad because Michelle's allergic to it. I don't want to really go in the hospital for anaphylactic shock, so we can't eat ANA. So it would do absolutely zip. And we don't want to get sick like that and not have no way to get home again. And we don't even have an EpiPen. Right. Then can we know in our own kitchen, we know what we can eat and what we can't. So we try to keep the things safe. We're thinking about going to the delicatessen Gianni's. Prices aren't too bad. It would be better than going to McDonald's. Yeah. So a nice new monitor. I can get a lot of these older Dell monitors like this one for like without the stand cheap. Because I have it mounted to the wall anyway, so there's no really need for a stand. Well, no, we don't need a stand. Because just only got a screw to the stand on the thing here. But you know, there's one thing about computer monitors. I'm going to ask this question because I'm still curious about one thing. Why do, most TVs have a glass front? I'm talking about the LCD ones, right? Yeah. Why don't the monitors? I don't know. I think it's mostly because they want to keep it matte to keep reflections under control. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. But I think you're right. I think a glass front might be better for some things. Certainly, I'd wait to it. Yeah, I want to wait to it. But in one sense, it would be just as good. Let's get to the weather forecast this morning. So, today, right now, high expected high is going to be 7 degrees Celsius. Right now, it's overcast. Tomorrow, Wednesday, it'll be overcast again, a high of 13. Thursday, 70% chance of rain, a high of 10. Friday, overcast again, a high of 8. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high of 10. Sunday, mostly cloudy again, a high of 11. I do not see too many days above 10. I think I see mostly one day, maybe two, which is tomorrow. But today is a pretty good day to go out and get some tobacco and stuff like that. So That's probably what we're going to be doing. Makes sense to me. Yeah. Get out there, do some fun stuff. And I bet you and Leo are going to do some Easter cooking. When is Easter anyway? Soon. Was it this week? I don't know. Does anyone know when Easter is? I know a couple Easters have been in April. Easter Sunday, 31st. 31st and 29th is Good Friday. 25th, which is yesterday, was something called HOLI. Holly. I don't know what that is. And then, of course, the 20th was the beginning of spring, or Ostara. So, got some interesting weather coming up, guys. And let's see what else we have. News time. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. And the news, there it is. News that might be of interest. 2 people rescued, several missing after ship strike triggers Baltimore bridge collapse. Maryland ship hits Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing it to collapse. This one that we were talking about earlier. The Francis Scott Key Bridge along I-695 in Maryland collapsed into the Baltimore harbor following a ship strike early Tuesday morning, setting off a search and rescue mission for those inside vehicles that plunged into the chilly waters. A live stream in the bridge appeared to show a cargo ship colliding with a support beam, causing the bridge to break apart and fall into the Patapsco River. Multiple vehicles were on the bridge at the time. No update on a casualty has been offered. 8 members of a construction crew that was doing routine work filling potholes in the bridge fell into the water. Paul Whitefield, Secretary of the Maryland Department of Transportation, told reporters 6 of these members were unaccounted for, while 2 were rescued. One of the rescued members was in the hospital, while the other refused treatment. The FBI was on scene investigating what caused the ship to ram into the bridge and said it was not linked to terrorism. While asked whether the ship lost power before striking the bridge, Maryland Governor Wes Moore said that the ship's crew alerted authorities about a power issue before the impact. Whitefield confirmed there were people on the bridge at the time, though no specific numbers were immediately provided. The construction crew of unknown size was also doing maintenance at the time of the collapse. Officials are continuing to respond to the catastrophic collapse as an active search and rescue mission, with the U.S. Coast Guard searching for any survivors in the water. The water below the bridge is about 50 feet deep, and the water temperature is about 47 degrees Fahrenheit during the pre-dawn collapse. Emergency crews, including U.S. Coast Guard, local first responders, and the FBI, were searching for people believed to be in the water. Kevin Cartwright, Director of Communications for the Baltimore Fire Department, told the Associated Press around 3 a.m. officials have described this as a mass casualty event. Our focus right now is trying to rescue and recover these people, Cartwright said. Baltimore Fire Chief James Wallace said at least 2 people were pulled from the water following the collapse, with one of them in serious condition. Wallace said authorities may be looking for upwards of 7 people, but said the number could change. The cargo ship that hit the bridge was the Dali, it's spelled Dali, a 95,000 grand ton Singapore flag container ship. The Maritime and Port Authority, WPA of Singapore, confirmed there were 22 crew members on board at the time of the incident. The Synergy Group, a Singapore-based company that manages the ship, said in a statement that 2 pilots piloting the ship through the harbor and all crew members on board were accounted for, and there was no reports of any injuries. The group also said that no pollution has been reported. The large vessel appeared to catch fire before becoming disabled. Footage of the incident shows the lights going out multiple times on the vessel in question prior to impact, suggesting the collision may have been due to a power failure. The Maryland Transportation Authority said on social media that all lanes are closed in both directions and that traffic is being detoured. Later, it urged drivers to avoid the I-695 Southeast corridor and to instead use I-95 or 895 or I-895. A White House official says that they're actively monitoring the situation, but have so far observed, quote, no indication of any nefarious intent, according to ABC News. Our hearts go out to families of those who remain missing as a result of the horrific incident, the White House said in a statement. Mayor Brandon M. Scott and Baltimore County Executive Johnny Osuski Jr. confirmed emergency personnel were responding and rescue efforts were underway. Okay, so in other words, they're saying that the ship apparently had a fire and caused power problems. And that was the one. Where is Baltimore? Baltimore is right near Washington, D.C. It's actually south of us. Um, it's below New Jersey and Delaware. Um, I'm going live from the house in New Jersey. Oh, you talking about Diddley's house? Diddy's house? Oh, wow. Okay. Diddy. That's another breaking story. Homeland Security's on that situation right now. Let's go to the next story. Let's see. The silver lining of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s running mate announcement. RFK Jr. running mate announcement may boost his presidential ballot access bid. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will be under the bright lights of the national campaign spotlight on Tuesday, as the Democrat turned independent president candidate is scheduled to announce his running mate. The highly touted move will grab tons of media attention for Kennedy, the longtime environmentalist activist, a high-profile vaccine skeptic, who is the scion of a nation's most storied political dynasty. Wow. Yep. Pit Diddler, yep. Dear Khan, why would his kids get arrested? I don't know how that works. No. Oh, this gets interesting. I'm just gonna jump ahead just a tiny bit because, however, likely Kennedy is his goal to get on the presidential ballot in all 50 states, as he needs a running mate to qualify in numerous states. With a little over 7 months to go until presidential election, Utah is the only state where Kennedy's name is confirmed. His campaigner says he has secured enough signatures to land on the ballot in New Hampshire and in Hawaii. Then on the eve of the running mate announcement, Kennedy ran into a major snag in Nevada after state election officials said that the signatures his campaign gathered may be invalid due to a lack of running mate. The campaign fired back, claiming that Democrats were trying to keep him off the ballot in the key western battleground state. Boy, where have we heard that one before? Yep. The campaign tells Fox News that they plan announcements each week going forward regarding their ballot access efforts. While Kennedy is confident he will reach his ballot access goal, attaining it is an costly and time-consuming venture for any candidate not tied to a major political party. However, another move could quickly land Kennedy on the ballot from coast to coast. Kennedy was polling in the low double digits in potential 2024 showdowns with President Biden and former President Trump and other third-party or independent contenders. Has held occasional talks last summer with leaders of the Libertarian Party to possibly run on their ticket in November. The Kennedy campaign is keeping all of its options open. Campaign spokesperson Stephanie Spear reiterated to Fox News in a statement. That is the same line that Kennedy also told reporters when he raised eyebrows by speaking at the Libertarian Party of California annual convention in February. His appearance helped the state party draw a record-breaking crowd. The Libertarian Party, which is the last couple of presidential elections, has secured ballot access in all 50 states. And the District of Columbia will choose its presidential ticket when its unbound delegates gather for their annual convention this year in late May in Washington, D.C. So we have these different parties, but RFK realizes that he may need to work with the Libertarian Party to achieve anything. Up against the wall, Mexican president says flow of migrants will continue unless the U.S. meets his demands. What? Well, that sounds like a threat. That's what it says. Mexican president said the flow of migrants will continue unless U.S. meets his demands. Mexican President Obrador, nearing the end of his term, warned that the flow of migrants from Latin America into the United States will continue unless billions of aid is sent every year. Extortion! Hello! You want aid. If you don't give aid, you're going to continue to send all these people into our country. Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador warned that on Sunday during an interview with 60 Minutes that unless the United States complies with Latin America's request for aid, the tide of migrants will continue. In January, Obrador issued a series of demands for what the U.S. must do to stop the flow of migrants to the border, ranging from sending Latin American countries $20 billion in aid a year to granting some level of amnesty to illegal immigrant workers in the U.S. Mexico has reportedly taken some state level action to curb mass immigration at President Biden's request, making crossings drop. However, the number of migrants began to rise again in February when the Border Patrol expecting another surge in the spring. Quote, everybody thinks you have the power in this moment to slow down migration. Do you plan to? 60 Minutes correspondent Sharon Alifornside asked Obrador. Quote, we do and want to continue doing it, but we do want for the root causes to be attended to, for them to be seriously looked at. A translator interpreted Obrador's response from Spanish. Alfonsi noted Obrador's demands for the U.S. to send $20 billion a year to Latin American countries, lift sanctions on Venezuela, end the Cuban embargo, and legalize millions of Mexicans that are living in the U.S. Quote, if they don't do the things that you have said need to be done, then what? She asked. The flow of migrants will continue, Obrador responded. How do you like that? The flow of migrants will continue. Aquaman movie. You will own nothing and be happy. Maybe we'll be talking about, see anything more exciting news here. Very interesting stuff. Yeah. So anyway, let's get some people on panel today. We know it's last night's show was excellent. Me, Leo, Planet Moose, others came up, covered a lot of different things. We talked about the issues about the medical system. We talked about the problems with the insurance programs, big pharma. ABT, are you still knee deep in the snowies? Why is dating after age 35 like something good? Well, because most everybody now is going for younger people. And just like shopping at Goodwill, you're getting into cast offs, which I know sounds sad. Oh, by the way, speaking of cast offs, some women have chosen to return to being traditional housewives. Not a large number of them are trade wives, as they call them now. They're housewives. One woman whose husband is an engineering manager makes enough money to finance for his wife to be a live at home, or in home housewife. That's all she does. Takes care of the house, cleans the house 24 hours a day. He makes sure that he has a good breakfast. Makes sure he has a nice bag of lunch for lunch. Make sure that he has a nice hot dinner when he comes in the door. I would say for the guy, that's a real nice treat. Know that you come home and there's always a hot meal waiting for you on the table.
Oh, yeah!
Especially when you got the money to finance it. Well, I'll be honest, not all women want to be housewives. Which is funny because that's one job that I might be not the best, but I was technically raised to be a housewife too. So kiss ERA goodbye. This one woman there in the story on my Discord is living pre 1960s housewife design. The seamstress for 10 years is also making her own clothes and sells her own clothes online as well. Will Smith folks. Mosquito Voight says the snow accumulation did amount to but for the temps are negative and windy for 24 hours here. Only about 6 to 7 in total, inches in total. How you doing, Parasola? Welcome to Lumi's channel over there. Yep. Please do subscribe to my channel over there, guys. We need more subs over there also. Yes, we do. Oh, why would you say that, Red? Parasolo says you. Lumi and everyone, how you doing? So we're trying to get some coverage in my channel too, which really could benefit from it. Certainly can benefit from it as well as everybody else can.
Oh yeah!
She almost said it because it's true. What's true? There was fun last night. Yes, there was. Always fun hanging out with you, Michele. Thank you very much for solo. Maybe you should come up on panel sometime soon. Me and Emmy might do an interview over here on the next one for interview 3. And it probably will be interview 4. So maybe that way my people on my channel can come over here. And her people can come over here. Or just as ready as anybody else's. Okay. Now I pre-scan it, see if it's anything that makes any sense. Or if it's something I understand, but I think maybe not appropriate for families, I'll edit it, mentally change the words. Yeah, well, that's because those are the ones that are the newest ones, and sometimes I have to go back a few bit to see what's going on, but that's just the way we do it. So, are you still gonna get your phone fixed, your other phone, or? Yes, we are still going to fix my iPhone, even if I gotta buy a monitor for this computer to replace the one here in front of me that is starting to show signs of failing. I will be dropping off an envelope this afternoon from McHenry Cruiser and Molasses Murphy Blue. Yeah, I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. Of course, I don't know when McHenry Cruiser is coming. He didn't. He said right now he's in Kentucky. I was going to keep as a surprise stand. They want to go see me. They want to say hi to me. How about that for an answer? He'll be here this weekend. Okay. Right, because I didn't think he was going to be in Kentucky too long. So, did they get married? Did they get married? Because it sounds like something a married couple would do. Go to Las Vegas, go to a wedding chapel, get hitched, and then see if I said, "Hey, why don't you move in with me?" And he said, "Okay, fine." Put a few things in the car and drove me across country. Well, we'll see what happens. If that's the case, I hope it goes well for them. They're not married. Wow, it's still a pretty unusual situation, though. So where are they getting the money for all this trip? It's time for her to get out of California before the stuff really goes down. What about Cruiser? He's lived in California all his life that I know of. I think he probably wants to get away from that too. We'll have to see what's going to happen. So she doesn't have an apartment in Maine or a house in Maine. She's just visiting the East Coast and then going all the way back again, back to California. Yay. Very interesting. Oh, I mean, gas is going up in price. Must be selling a lot of cookies. I'm sure if he had to, that they probably could have transferred his medication needs to a major pharmacy chain to get a refill in the next town if he needed to. Although some states it gets tricky. I don't know about loaded rich, but it's probably got a little bit of a nest egg. And it costs like 350 pounds to get to the UK from Broadway International, so it's not really that expensive when you're in the United States for a domestic flight. Yeah, he said he was going to Maine. Yeah. Cubans have been coming here for a long time from Cuba in Miami. So it's not really a first time. Every country already is in America. Think about it. Um, why would molasses need money? I don't know. How much money is she making on cookie sales? If she makes actual cookies. Gotta pay for gasoline. They said they've been staying in motel rooms along the way up. Yeah. And now you got the president of Mexico saying either America goes ahead, gives $20 billion to Latin American countries, or he's and the migrants are going to keep coming. Talk about extortion. Talk about blackmail. What do you mean she's going home with no job? From what I understand, the title Molasses Cookies, it sounds like she makes cookies or baking of some sort. Maybe it's a hobby. I don't know, but I'm sure she'll find some gainful employment from somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure she will. Yeah, I'm sure she'll find a job. You're coming all the way over here to the northeast, east coast, and you don't have a job. Boy, that don't tell me much. No. Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know what she actually does. I don't know. Even if she did have a bake shop, honestly, straight out, it's very expensive to run a bake shop since basic materials such as sugar and molasses have gotten very expensive. And of course, regulations, employees, materials. She's from the East Coast, Maine. Well, if she's from Maine, then she's returning home. So what'd she do? She just went out to California to pick him up to bring him over here? Again, okay, I guess we're ready to come up on panel. 1 minute, please. Let me scroll over here and hit the start button. Oh, it's Convid. Go ahead, Convid. How you doing?
Hey, sexy Michelle, how you doing?
How you doing today?
How's Lumi?
I'm fine.
Have
Holding in there.
you thought about going on a road trip like Cruiser and Molasses?
Yeah, we're talking about what cruiser molasses coming up here to this side of the country from California.
They're gonna come and visit you, yeah?
They're gonna visit me. Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh yeah, when's that happening? This week?
Yeah, weekend.
Nice. What, they're gonna stay the night?
Don't really have a place in the stay.
Yeah,
Not really.
they're in hotels, aren't they?
Yeah, there's Hotel Siberia, and there's a Lakeside Motel.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as Hotel Siberia. And then
You
there's
gonna?
the road.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be called the Roadway Inn, which is called something else now. Um, which is a better quality hotel.
So they should be able to find a room easy.
Should be easy to find them easy.
Yeah.
They also got the Days Inn too, in Torrington, and a few other places.
How about you, Michelle? Have you been far? Have you travelled around the States?
I haven't really traveled much in the States. I pretty much stayed in my area of the state. The only time I went to Georgia was to the first Atlanta Cocoa Fest, and then I went to school orchestra enterprises for the blind for adults independent living skills training in 1988 to 1989. And then after that, we went to the Atlanta Cocoa Fest in the 90s with a friend of mine. He took the train, I flew. I wanted to take the train, but my mom thought flying was better.
So this is your 34th incarnation, and
Yes.
it sounds like you're taking a bit of a break because in the past incarnations you've been all over the world.
I've been in different lives. It's just like the song there by Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. This life I'm really not traveling much at all.
It was exciting when we spoke the other day, and you were telling us that in a previous life you were a Roman centurion.
Yeah, I was.
That sounds very exciting.
It was a hard life, though, being a centurion. You're working with the Roman army, and I was working outside of Rome, patrolling mostly.
Wow.
And
And you said you were in Greece,
at the
was it?
same
Greece?
time, Lumi
Yeah.
was the Greek army.
Yeah.
We didn't know where each other was at the time, but we didn't realize we're both incarnating at the same time.
Who was the emperor at the time? Can you remember?
Oh my god! For me. I think it was. Oh, I think it may have been Nero, but I might be wrong on that.
You didn't get to meet him then?
No, I didn't really get a chance to talk to him. But we got our orders from him to my captain, and then we were just had to, as I said, we were part of the station keeping forces, keeping Rome safe from the barbaric races.
Yeah.
That were there trying to overrun us all the time.
Oh, those barbarians, they were everywhere, Michelle. They were so, they were up to no good all the time.
Yeah.
So you were there to keep law and order, really?
Yeah. And just like in World of Warcraft, I got the chance to basically use my sword a lot.
Oh, really? So there were fatalities, yeah?
Yeah, of course they're going to try to kill you.
Wow. Yeah.
Especially a small group of the Visigoths who try to come in
Yeah.
and try to get into the border, and our job was to keep them out.
You know what's funny, yeah? You said about the Visigoths and the barbarians. You know the word Vandal, that comes from a tribe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The Vandals.
Yes.
Yeah. And that word obviously today is used.
Right. That's true. That's where the word vandals come from. Yes.
That's right, yeah. So fortunately, you were on the side that had the steel and the armor, all the good weapons, you know?
They want you to ask me what was my favorite lifetime experiences. Well, I mean, I answered it one time before. I used to work for a Lord Manor House up in Scotland around the 1500s.
Was that by the River Clyde?
And me and Scottish Stacy were actually good friends back then, too.
What's that?
Me and Scottish Stacy were good friends back then, too.
Who's that? Who's that person? You mentioned that person the other day.
Scottish Stacy is. Okay, well, she's Scottish and her name is Stacy.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
We're just good friends, yeah. We used to wash the laundry in the River Clyde.
Yeah.
It was heavy cotton or heavy wool stuff at the time. Washing laundry back then was tricky business because you're wearing wool, fall in the Clyde, and boy, you're likely to sink like a stone, especially with heavy wool clothing on.
You've certainly experienced multiple lifetimes, Michele.
Yes, I have.
That's what makes you the unique person you are.
Right. And that's just like this is my 33rd life, but I'm kind of in the middle with Michele. So it's kind of like I had 32 lives before this one. And so Michele has 2 more lives than me. I think
So
she
do you have flashbacks then of your previous lives?
sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes that's how I remember certain details I need to remember. Like certain
Yeah.
methods of doing things, like washing laundry by hand and stuff. It's
And
like
what was the shortest life you had? Did you ever like die as a child?
no, I'm not sure about that, but most of my lives were under 30 years old. So this is the
Oh,
longest life I've had.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you normally don't get past 30 then in your lifetime.
Nope. Usually die
Wow.
of either sickness or, in the case of being a centurion, getting stabbed or, violence or whatever. But this
Yeah,
is
because
the
it was
longest
a different,
I've ever
it
had.
was a shorter lifespan, wasn't it, back then?
Well, let's put it this way. I went through the school of painful hard knocks. um,
Sure. Yeah.
okay, I got somebody else ready to come up on panel. One moment, please. I gotta get this person on here. They've been cooling jets the whole time as Noodles. Go ahead, Noodles. How you doing? Now he rang off.
Ah,
I'll leave my cursor over here on the side so if he comes on, I can get him back on again.
it might be someone pretending to be Noodles.
No, could be, but I don't think so.
Michele? All right.
Hey.
So,
Hey
hey,
there.
what's up? What's up, Jack? So
That's kind
Michele, I want to bring something up that nobody's talking about. There was an article written by, I think it was NBC in 2022, warning cargo ship container the carriers and I guess like UPS, USPS, whatever, how their system could be hacked into and cause major trauma to either the industry or lives. So, do you think it's possible that maybe someone hacked into this system of this cargo container and made it go haywire and maybe didn't see the bridge or, you know?
No, because there was a fire on the ship before they lost power. They had an onboard fire on the ship, and that's why they had power failure.
Right, but do you think it might possibly be due to cyber attacks?
No.
I mean,
Nood-
the reason why I'm saying this is because it hasn't been done yet, right? This would be like the new thing, causing havoc on these ships. If you read the article, Michele, all I'm saying is that you better start talking about this because this is going to be a talking point very soon on the news.
And what's that?
How
Well,
it could have been a cyber attack on the ship.
no, I mean, let's see. They were from Singapore, Ranger Street. They probably were carrying cell phones with lithium ion batteries that may have caused a fire in one of the containers. That,
Sorry, can I just say hello to one of my fans in the chat, Red Orangutan? It'd be rude for me not to say hi.
yeah,
Hello, Red. Hi, Red.
Rand says her IQ job is saying no. No, I don't see it as an attack at this point, and they can't find evidence of an attack yet. So the investigation is still ongoing. So it's not a matter of me saying yes or no. It's a matter of what I'm reading in the reports. At this point, they don't have any evidence that was indicated of any kind of foul play whatsoever.
Michele, what do you think about the rumors that Dave is your handler?
He's not my handler. He's a friend of mine. All
I
right,
know.
not again.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Noodles.
Sorry, Michelle.
All right. So, what do you think about the rumors and the saying that you're my handler?
I'm your handler?
Yeah. These vicious rumors, Dave.
Who's saying that?
Well, you know you know what YouTube's like. These people.
Well, so here's the thing. Michelle came to me, I don't know how many years ago, asking for help, and I've been helping her ever since. And she's been benefiting from her channel being monetized to, you know, getting this stuff on TikTok or whatever, Kick or anything like that. Michelle gets out of the house. Michelle travels. I don't know how that's.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
don't understand how that's handling, but
It sounds like jealousy to me, Dave.
well, it shouldn't be, right? Because anyone could go out and help her out.
You say that, but there's very few people like you that have got a big heart and they back up what they say. You're unique. You're the real deal. That's why your subs are going through the roof, man.
Well, I mean, but here's the thing, dude. What's I mean, I understand what's holding you back, right? But you come up here, you participate, you help out, right? What's holding these people back that are accusing me of doing?
Yeah. Well, who are these people, though? I mean, that's the question I'm asking. And
Yeah, they're faceless, Michelle. Like Dave just said, they never show themselves. They never come on panels.
hey,
They have no personality, Michelle.
Noodles must be in an area with bad cell signal. All right, you're back, Noodles.
Sorry about that. Sorry
Yeah,
about that, Michelle.
we're just saying, Dave, that Michelle's just saying about how these people they don't seem to have the courage to speak and actually show themselves.
It's just bizarre because anyone could do this, and people do help her. It's just that I don't understand why you got to be villainized to help somebody who asks for help. You know, I'm being turned into a villain because somebody called me up crying about an issue that they were having, and I'm doing what I can do.
And you have a
Not beating
reputation
any.
for that, Dave. You have a reputation for helping the needy. And don't forget that the memorial was on Sunday, and I'm guessing you didn't attend.
His signal's going in and out, so I hope he heard what you said. Your comment that he tries to help people in good standing, and he does try.
Yeah. Well, I was alluding to the fact, Michelle, that there's similarities between Dave and Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Have you noticed the similarities?
yeah. Well,
Very similar personality.
deep down, he's very dedicated to Christ in his own way.
Yeah, Dave is a believer.
Well,
How about you, Michelle? Are you faithful to the Lord, our Savior?
they're envious. That's all your friends. They need to get over it. Don't worry, we know you're good for noodle or Michelle noodles. Yes, I know he is. And well, have you ever come over to my Kick channel at Convid, especially doing Silver Moon Radio?
Well, as you know, Michelle, when I go on your various platforms, I get kicked out by the haters. So I just stick to.
Well, the haters aren't there anymore, so if you want to come on over, you can.
Well, they tend to follow me around. You see, they sneak in. I'm not crying about it. I'm just saying that I don't want to detract. Last time I was in Discord, a lot of unnecessary attention
Well,
was
right now,
coming
when I
your
was
way.
over in Kick, we could have used some attention because, like, last Sunday
Yeah,
was a little slow.
really.
Yeah, we had like 5 or 6 people listening to Silver Moon Radio.
Okay.
So
Well,
we use more
thanks
people
for
to
the
come over
invite.
there and check it out. And then,
Appreciate the invite. Yeah.
tonight we got movie night at 7 o'clock.
So, how do you feel about Dave's channel? Have you noticed the subs? Last time I counted, there was 8,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Subs, last time I counted, there was 8,000 what? Subs on which channel? Mine? No. My channel only
On
has.
Dave's. On Dave's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you noticed that, Michelle?
Yeah, he's getting more subs, but then he keeps promoting filming and portrait, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing portrait.
Have you noticed that Dave puts the hard work in? You know, he's always streaming. He gives so much of himself. He's so dedicated to his craft, and
Right.
now he's reaping the rewards.
Yeah. He says it's at 10,000 now.
Wow, 10,000.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's incredible the growth.
So, like me, he pretty much depends on donations, but he also gets money from getting the green dollar sign too, just like I do.
I used to enjoy going on in Noodles chat, but I got blocked by seasons, so I'm only able now to watch and observe.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. You see, if you get involved
Like
with
I
a
said,
woman,
Carmen, you really should come over to Kick. And
I
check out
know.
Kick stuff. We are
But,
having movies. We're having movie nights
but
there.
Michelle, what I'm trying to say is I'm scared that Seasons will ban me because she follows me around and blocks me. It's a bit unusual. It's a bit strange, but she's been following me around wherever there's Dave.
She
She
hasn't
wants
been
me.
around on my. She hasn't been on my Kick lately.
Yeah, but she thinks I'm a bad influence on Davey. She thinks that I'm going to get him into bad habits. You know.
Uh, I don't know. I'm just saying as I'm
You know
like
what it's like. You know what it's like, Michelle. You know when she was jealous of you and she got over it. You know, hopefully she'll get over it, and you know. But it's
oh,
hard.
I know she's kind of jealous of me. I get that part.
Yeah, we get that. We get that, Michelle, and it's understandable because we were saying earlier about your fascinating life, how you've lived all these multiple lives. You're on your 34th life now.
Michelle, do you think realize that Trump in is a has been that there is no in Indo Asian economic power base forming? UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, U.S. future President Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't know if Ramaswamy is going to get anything out of this deal. Because Trump right now, despite all the crazy enough that Letitia James has done and Fannie Williams has done.
I just want to give a shout out to Jeff H. He's another fan of mine. Nice to see you, Jeff.
Okay. Well, how you doing, Jeff?
Yeah, there's lots of nice comments about me in the chat. Have you noticed that Red Orangutan's calling me a paedophile? This is what I get, you see. I get all this hate from people like Red Orangutan.
Also, make sure to check this out, too. Take a look at the Silver Moon album when you get a chance. If you want to get a taste of what Silver Moon Radio is, if you got a record player, you can play that. We actually make an album.
Silver Moon, yeah, it sounds fantastic.
Yeah, just go to the link and you can order a copy, but the shipping might be a little bit high.
Michelle, you're a very talented person. You know, you've got uh, a lot of personality. You've got a lot of experience. You're a great, compassionate human being. You
Right.
know,
And that makes sense why like Carmen Miranda wants to be Michelle's next partner in her next life.
now that I'm glad you've mentioned that because that was my next question. You know, have you heard an update of what's going to be happening in your 35th incarnation?
Right now, we can explain to Carmen that me and Michelle are currently married in this life and that she can be friends, but until the next life, hands off. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
no. Because next life, I'm going to have a separate physical life from Michelle. We're not going to be in the same body. So,
That's right. Hi, Lumi. By the way, just want to say hi to Lumi there.
yeah, that's me. I'm Lemmy.
I know. Lumi, can I ask you how do you feel about that? That this is your one shot with Michelle?
Yeah, well, no, it's not really our one shot. What might happen is we and Michelle might get back together again in the next life, but it's physically two separate people.
And can I ask Lumi? I'm sure Michele won't mind me saying this, but Lumi, can I ask you what is, in your opinion, Michele's best quality?
Fact is, she's smart. She studies things.
Okay.
Is sometimes willing to get a little goofy, but tries to explain things the best she can to the audience.
And isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful, fans in the chat? All the fans in the chat. Isn't that a lovely life lesson from Lumi? What she's just saying to us is that the most attractive quality that Lumi finds with Michele is her mind. You see, not about the physical body.
Yeah.
Isn't that a beautiful lesson, fans?
Right. I think as far as Michele goes, as I said, the way Michele can sometimes explain things to the audience, I think helps some people understand things a little bit better about what's going on in the world.
It's the way it's the way you do it in a compassionate way, Michele. That's what my takeaway is. Your compassion.
Maybe that's true, but the thing is at the same time, people get a little confused with me and Lumi's marriage because it's different, but it's not different.
I know. Again, it comes back to the jealousy, Michele, that Lumi has got something special with you. She's got that connection.
I've been married to Michele since May 1st, 2011. Originally, I was her spirit guide all the way back when she was, 1970, what, 3 or 5, I think. Yeah.
And Lumi, can I just ask you another question, Lumi?
Go ahead.
What is your honest opinion about Noodles?
About Noodles, he's a good guy. He knows that Michele needs a little bit of helping hand now and then.
Yeah.
He respects Michele and my boundaries. He's just as we respect him and Season's boundaries.
Because I've noticed that when Michele is with Noodles, Lumi, you do tend to take a back seat.
I tend to just be observing, but because it's Michele and Noodles on camera, not me and Noodles and Michele on camera, because it gets confusing enough when you got just those two on camera. Then you throw in the third person, and then all of a sudden the audience is like, "What's going on?"
Michele, can we just read out Jeff H's comment? It's a beautiful comment there in the chat.
He says, Michele is so sweet. I just wish people didn't troll her so much. Well, they're not trolling as much anymore, but there's not a lot of people really continuing to subscribe or donate either. Right now, the donations have been dry for about a week.
The money will come because Noodles will look after you. You know, he's a very generous man, and his subs are growing. You're saying 10,000, so Noodles will always be there for you.
Why was Jeff hidden? He didn't say anything bad.
Oh, have you got a rogue mod in there?
Well, I'm going to unhide him because he didn't say anything wrong, guys.
Whoever blocked Jeff, they should be blocked.
He shouldn't have been blocked for anything. He didn't say anything bad at all.
Quite the opposite. He said some beautiful things about you. You should find out who blocked him. Who blocked Jeff H? You got a rogue mod there.
So sweet. So why would you block a man for saying something positive?
It's a rogue mod, Michele. You've got a rogue mod blocking people.
Oh, I can fix this out in the wire. Stop blocking the guy, please. Oh, okay. Unblock him, mother sucker.
Wow, out the wire is saying that Jeff is botter. Come on, man. We don't need this drama on Michele's channel.
Please.
Out on the wire, please.
Yeah. Just leave it alone. You didn't say anything wrong. If he said something wrong, we'll take care of it.
Yeah. Controversy. You see, people love to get the drama going. They love the drama, Michele. Why is this?
I know it wasn't you. It was out in the wire who did that.
Yeah, he's taking it. He's proud of it. He's proud of what he's done.
I don't know why he did it anyway, exactly.
He might have just been playing a game. It might be harmless fun. We don't know.
Well, all I know is what's the plans for later today, Michelle? You gonna go out and get some tobacco and stuff later, or you gonna? I don't know yet. Maybe it's gonna be about 6 or 7 degrees Celsius today, so it's gonna be kind of mild, even though it's gonna be overcast. It's not.
I'm gonna jump off because I think Red Orangutan wants to come on the panel and speak to you. So I'll make way for Red Orangutan. It's been lovely talking to you, Michele.
Stan asks me an interesting question about something I don't quite know. He says, "Why hasn't the Democratic Party returned crypto fraudster Sam Bankman-Fried's $40 million in donations, or at least placed the money in escrow for fraud victims?" I have no idea. Oh, by the way, government is trying to push cryptocurrency, central bank cryptocurrency, which I think is a stupid idea. Yeah, government's dumbass, all right. That's why do we even want central bank cryptocurrency? What's the point? It doesn't make any sense. What do you know about CBDC? Oh, he already rang off. Oh, hey, Lum, what do you know about CBDC? Not much, except the fact that it's unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum. It doesn't have a public ledger system. It's privately controlled by the central banks, which is controlled by European bankers, such as the Bilderbergs and the Rothschilds. And they have private ledgers, and they can invalidate your money instantly just because they can, which would be very bad for people like Donald Trump, because that means that even if the businesses pay his rent or pay rent to his business, they can invalidate his payments so that he doesn't actually get paid and he has to start evictions. Jeff, you're in the Miss Bias channel over there. Come on. Most Bias channel. Clock watching already? Are we boring you? No. Why are all men from the UK special needs? And we all know, I don't know about all men, but why are all men in America? I mean, most of the men in America now just as messed up. So I don't think it's just the UK. I'm on the 7:30 ferry. Where is he? Question EU. Dave, cool. Where are you? When you're going? I don't know where. Yeah. The donate link says Dan CT. Thank you very much. Also, tonight, Stan, while you're at it, why don't you pull up the Silver Moon record or Silver Moon album too? And why not pull up the wish list too? And of course the Discord. Could use Glasgow Day Saloon Show just booked to go to Northern Ireland. Okay. On the Irish Ferry, I guess. Interesting place. Going across the Irish Sea. Kind of like the song by Bob Adair, right? Across the sea. Glasgow said, I don't believe it. Show some message. You said you're going on the 1930 a time slot or 7:30 p.m. your local time. So, well, no, it's on. Now you're not in charge. Caravan to Belfast. She did. Yeah, I see it. So, what are you going to do in Belfast? What are you gonna do in Belfast? I'm leaving house now. Yes, Tiger Kitty, I see you. Yeah, I see somebody ready to come up on panel too. Hold on, please. Let me scroll on over and hit the enter button. Go ahead, Tiger Kitty. How you doing?
Morning, how are you?
Okay, I will
Morning.
take care of it. How you doing? So the
Did
point
you
is,
read?
I got your message here about.
Did you just read what I said? Okay.
All right, let me take care of
So,
it.
what you got planned today? Okay. What you gonna do today? Got anything
7
planned?
o'clock, we have the 2 movies in the movie night. We have that. And then the afternoon, I was thinking about slipping over down to the hardware store to pick up some screws for the hard
Nice.
drives to put one of the hard drives back in the Mac Pro, our Mac G, our Mac
Right.
G5. So that's what I was gonna do today.
All right. Quite busy then.
Yeah. No, not really. Quite
Are
busy.
you playing? Are you playing? What are you doing? Oh, hang on. Isn't it movie night?
Yes, it is movie night. Just so we have 2 movies ready to go. 7 o'clock.
What are they?
Big Stan is one of them, and the other one is going to be. I'll go back and tell you in a second. Let's get the rest of the petition here. So you see which one's going to be. It was Big Stan, and another one called Midnight Special. That's right. So Big Midnight Special, involved by Big Stan.
Oh, all right. Big Stan.
And I'm going to see if I can find the closed caption files for them because only one has closed caption file, the other one doesn't.
All right.
So I got to.
All right. I'm going to jump down again, but do read my message.
Yeah.
Bye.
What's that now? Okay, talk to you later. Yeah, so we're going to try to get some screws. According to the instructions, the screws need to be rounded head, flathead screws. Oh, wait, rounded head. That mean like like this instead of like this. So it's gonna be like a little bumps. And yeah, you can buy the original OEM Apple ones, but um, I would think the hardware store would have something that's compatible for hard drives. How does an American go about buying crown land in Canada? Crown land in Canada. Yeah. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I wish I did. Americans can buy land in Canada, part of arrangement made between Canada and the USA, just as you can buy a square foot of land in Scotland too. And then your square foot of land entitles you to be called a lord or lady under Scottish law. It's kind of interesting, actually. Lady Michelle Marie Delaney. No. We can buy land in the US easily. Okay. So why haven't people been buying land in the United States? That's a good question. Why hasn't anyone been buying land in the United States? Who knows? Right now, it's very expensive. Oh yeah. By the way, today Donald Trump stock DJT True Social is going public on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol DJT. So if I'm gonna deal with that one. Let's talk about that. Virgo goddess, Katoya J. Yes, I do like Katoya J. However, this younger lady has a problem. Okay. The first problem is that she seems to have a lot of baggage in the past. You know, you chose wrong. What do you mean I can't hear shit? Show's got the very about the normal levels. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Michelle can. I don't think it's Michelle's hearing right now. I'm not getting that impression. Her knobs are all the same places. Yeah. Unless Michelle's got something else going on that she's not talking about. Follow the builder, we can fix it. Oh yeah, wasn't that the BBC cartoon? Too bad Bob the Builder can't fix this old crappy monitor that's quickly dying out on me. So, it's true, they never knew how to take this monitor apart to fix it. The glue is separating on the back of the board. That's why it's They had all the toys and Babini and Mojo. Speaking of the UK, in 2027, it is planned that the BBC new charter will no longer get funding from license fees, from TV licenses. How is that going to affect the UK audience? Not the virus here. Yeah. New Brunswick. That's on the west coast of Canada. I don't know where I'll have to read up on the laws and such governing these types of land purchases. My intent is to pass the land down to my grandchild children. Very interesting. So it's one of those slow mornings. Oh, it's doing okay though. I've seen worse. 99 views. Average view duration is 12 minutes and 5 seconds. 5 likes. We need more likes, guys. Come on. Pump the likes. Pump the like-erator. The like-erator? That's like an accelerator for likes. Okay, pump the like-erator. It does help with the algorithm somehow. Yeah, but in 2027, the BBC's charter is going to come to an end, and they're going to be. The discussion is that they're going to be getting rid of the BBC licenses. The problem is that the question is how is this going to affect the average BBC viewer, especially for minor language channels, which the BBC license help finance, like channels in Welsh, for example, and a few other languages. If these channels are going to be able to survive without the kind of money that they were getting from the TV license fees. Yeah. I mean, I know it may sound silly, but it does help with the algorithm somehow. So obviously the question is since these channels from minor languages in the UK don't really have a lot of viewership, is if BBC becomes strictly commercial, advertising based, are they going to continue to have the money to finance the small channels that right now that they could guarantee revenue from the license fee, or if that's going to be the end of those channels? Oh, YouTube censors, we know that, right? Yeah. Well, so what are you gonna do today? Everybody asked me that question already. Like I said, I want to go to the hardware store. I'm gonna bring one of the matching screws with me, and say, I need these threads, but I want a rounded head instead. To well, what happens if the head is? Well, we know the hex screws don't fit in there. No, I don't think so. I already told you and read the Fox News article. It was caused by. Apparently, there was a malfunction on the ship from a fire on the ship, which caused a loss of power. It's probably affected the steering mechanism on the ship. So no, I don't necessarily think it was terrorism. But what caused the fire was the lithium-ion battery bank in one of the containers that caught fire. Maybe a cell phone that battery just went up in smoke. Why can't digger swim and take a... I don't know what a digger is. I don't think you're talking about a mole. I stopped watching after all that Savell stuff came out. I don't watch the television anymore because since before the C word. Right. Well, I mean, television in the United States sucks too. That's one of the reasons why I don't really have much TV access anymore. I just didn't see any reason. Why pay for something you're not going to watch? Do you really need to watch a Pawn Stars marathon on History Channel every night? Not like 2 episodes a week. We're talking about every freaking day. Pawn Stars marathon. Pawn Stars marathons. I'd be like watching Antique Road shows every friggin' day on PBS. No, I did not. I already told you what is believed to have happened. And the ship itself had radioed in saying they had a loss of power. Groceries are expensive. It's up to Congress to decide if there's going to be a stimulus check. It's really up to them. If the economy keeps going like it is, the answer is probably. Based on economic situation. I don't think it's going to help for voting in for Biden, but it's the idea that Texas stimulate the economy. But at this point, it's hard to say if that's going to really help. Yeah. How do you guys feel about still having to pay for solar energy? Well, once you buy the solar panels and if you're off grid, you don't have to pay for the solar energy other than the fact occasionally maintenance of your battery banks. It's great intertie systems that cost money, but then we get credit back from the for every kilowatt we sell back to the electric company, we get like a kickback. It's not much, but it's a little bit. And some people do like it. If I had no solar panels here, for example, I could had access to a large enough roof, then I could have been paid by the electric company and gotten my electricity for free. Problem is, guess what? I live in an apartment, so no solar for you. Unless you want to put solar panels in windows, and guess what? Then you're not going to be able to see any light coming through the windows because you're going to have all your solar panels are going to be blocking all your windows. So then you're going to be running artificial electric illumination to make it for the darkness of the room, which means that you're going to be using electricity from the sun just to run lights. Carlos Montero would make a fiery internet preacher. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I know we are. We're paying monthly. Well, again, if you have a house in the city, you can certainly get free electricity out of it. But then, what if you live in an area that doesn't get a lot of sun? Then you're basically going to be screwed anyway. I got my first YouTube Chicken 21st. And how did you do in general, Noodles, with your first check? Probably made more than me because you had all the super chats and super stickers. Probably going to be going for your car loan. So excitement to me. How's that? Oh, I'm happy he's got paid his first check. After Noodles told me a couple of years ago that he wasn't interested in making any money at all on YouTube. There you go. See? That's $1,200 to pay towards your car loan. Not bad, huh? $1,200 towards your car loan. That's a good start. And how much is your car loan payment each month anyway? I guess I might as well ask that. Typical car loan insurance is something like $1,200. Well, it depends on the car, actually. But, yeah. Put a little bit of money towards car loan. It's a social pattern here. Ah, so you're going to finally get your pasta maker. Yeah, I was going to get Windows PC for the gaming. But this monitor here is starting to go bad, and so I need to replace this monitor. One day I'm going to wake up and it's going to have a big bruise right in the center of the screen. I won't be able to see nothing. He could do that. He could have his own Weevil game. But then I'll be competing against JMac Oregon and PDX, and I don't think he wants to do that. Okay. Says, nah, well, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. No. So now it looks like this monitor, I gotta go get a new one. And you got it for free anyway. I got this one for free, yes. It's got display port and VGA port on it. Doesn't have HDMI on it. Kind of want one with HDMI. Maybe something like the HP monitor right next to it. But the problem with the HP is it's a bit bigger. And this one already smacks into the turntable. So that's why I'm thinking about just getting a new one. Same one as this one is because it's cheaper anyway. It doesn't have to be perfect. Stan Mark's already got on the future out. Yeah, well, monitor has been having problems. But that's okay. You expect it to happen. Nothing's perfect. Mac Mini is the newest one. The monitors are older. The hard drive cases are the newest, but can't help it if the equipment starts to show signs of wear and tear. I mean, it's different if it was treated badly and abused and hurt and mistreated, but I've always treated my equipment good. But it's getting old. Yeah. Well, just said Stan, it was kind of comical. A lot of people get offended by talking about Mark Terry. Oh, he's been on the show once or twice. He hasn't been here since. So I wonder what's going on with Mark Terry. He knows I'm streaming and stuff, but he doesn't come over here much. Fine. Well, like I said, it's either monitor or the computer. So which is it going to be? I think it's going to be the monitor more than the computer, because the computer we have is fine, but doesn't play PC games at this point. Old tech eventually dies. All tech eventually dies. Mortality applies to equipment just as much as it does people. I'll remind Michele to come on over. Please do. You may not check his Discord much, but I still post links in there, and so does Wendy Pack. While you're at it, why don't you ask Wendy Pack to come over too? She's never been on my channel. Be interested to see what it'd be like to have her, me, Slingshot War, a bunch of other people on the panel together. Well, I'll tell you what, boys and girls, I need to go look on eBay for a monitor. So, let me see if I can find something similar to this Dell monitor. It's a very basic monitor. It's not the most expensive thing in the world. This is called which monitor is this one? Let's say this is the, I gotta go over here and click on it, look at specs. So it's gonna tell me what the HP one, the HP 2223 is the other one, and the other one is over here, says it is, come on cursor, okay, there you go. It's called click on this link here so I can highlight it. It's called, on. There you go. It's the Dell E2216H. E2216H from Dell. So, and thank you very much for watching the show, guys. I appreciate it. So, the only difference in size is what? An inch? Something like that. Once it's getting on one of the HP monitors, like you have a match set. It's a possibility. Yeah. I have two monitors. This one here reads the chats on the screen. This one over here on this side maintains the information about the broadcast links, quality, viewers. That's why I use two monitors. Yeah. Finding a good woman to get into an LTR with is finding a new in the box Marantz stereo system Goodwill Impossible. Well, if you want a Marantz stereo system, sometimes you have to accept the second hand. Or if you want, maybe you might just have to accept something that's just a little bit less expensive. No, it's a bullhooker bachelor. Don't worry about the math if you need a computer. The other computer was from 2009, Red. This monitor is about the same age as that computer was. I looked at the board. I didn't see any of that stuff on there. All right, guys. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go, but I want to say thank you guys for being here. We'll have our movies tonight at 7 o'clock tonight. And for the time being, I hope you all have a good day and stay out of trouble. And I'll see you all at 7 o'clock tonight, Eastern time tonight. Amen. Amen. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye, everybody.